Let's talk about time, that relentless river that carries us all forward. It's the currency of our lives, the raw material from which we sculpt our days, our years, and ultimately our legacies. How we spend it. Each tick of the clock is a choice, a decision about where to invest this precious, non-renewable resource, and how sometimes, amidst the hustle and bustle of modern life, we spend it on what seems like the most mind-boggling projects, feats of engineering that defy imagination and stretch the very limits of human capability. In history, structures that have stood for millennia, whispering tales of ambition, power, and the enduring human spirit. Imagine ancient Egypt, a land of pharaohs, gods, and the life-giving Nile. Thousands of workers, their lives dedicated to a single, monumental task. Decades of labor, sweat, and toil, stretching across generations, all to build, to erect, to create something that would stand the test of time. The Great Pyramid of Giza, a symbol of ancient power and architectural prowess, a massive stone triangle piercing the sky, a testament to human ingenuity and relentless determination. In the desert, a monument to eternity, or so they hoped, just to house one pharaoh, a single ruler's earthly remains and treasures. This wasn't a weekend project or even a year-long endeavor. For 20 years, a generation dedicated their lives to this singular purpose. Egypt's best and brightest, the most skilled architects, engineers, and craftsmen, all focused on this one goal. Hauled millions of stones, each weighing tons, across the desert sands. Not for hospitals, places of healing and care for the sick and injured, or inventions, groundbreaking technologies that could improve the lives of millions, but for a tomb, a final resting place for a single individual. And the kicker, the ultimate irony. The pyramid's main purpose, the very reason for its existence, keeping treasures safe, protecting the pharaoh's wealth for the afterlife, failed. Utterly and completely. It was robbed centuries ago, its treasures plundered, its secrets exposed. Was it a waste? A colossal misallocation of resources? Maybe not. Perhaps there's more to the story than meets the eye. It unified a nation, bringing together people from all walks of life in a common endeavor, pushed engineering to new heights, forcing innovation and the development of new technologies, and gave us an icon, a symbol of human ambition and the enduring power of the past. That still stands, a testament to the ingenuity and perseverance of a civilization long gone. But for the guy, the individual laborer, pulling ropes in the sun, day after day, under the scorching desert heat, it probably felt like an endless cycle of back-breaking work. The world's longest, most grueling, hardest day at work, a never-ending shift with no end in sight. Perspective matters, doesn't it? For the pharaoh, it was a legacy, a monument to his power and divinity. It was a ticket to eternity, a guarantee of a glorious afterlife. For everyone else, the vast majority of the population, it was endless labor, a life spent in service of a dream that wasn't their own. The pyramids are both a paradox of human endeavor, a testament to human achievement, a symbol of what we can accomplish when we work together, and a monument to a colossal use of time and resources, to a colossal use of time, energy, and human potential, on a single, non-essential goal, a purpose that ultimately failed to achieve its primary objective. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are we building today in our modern world that future generations will question? What will they think of our priorities, our values, our use of time? Are we spending our time wisely, investing in projects that will benefit humanity as a whole, or just stacking stones, building monuments to our own egos and fleeting desires? For someone else's dream? Are we contributing to something meaningful, or simply serving the ambitions of others? If you like uncomfortable questions, the kind that make you think and challenge your assumptions, you're in the right place. Welcome to the rabbit hole. Stick around, because we're just getting started. This is just the start, the tip of the iceberg. Of history's greatest time wasters, the projects that consumed vast resources and ultimately delivered little of lasting value. We'll see how chasing the elusive dreams of humanity, immortality, the fountain of youth, the promise of eternal life, gold, the allure of wealth and power, the promise of earthly riches and even flowers, the fleeting beauty of nature, the ephemeral joy of the present moment can eat up centuries, consuming generations in their pursuit. And maybe, just maybe, we'll find out, along the way, what really counts, what truly matters in the grand scheme of things, as a waste of time. What we perceive as frivolous or unnecessary. So, what would you build if you had the power to create anything you desired? If you had all the time in the world, what legacy would you leave behind? Would it last forever, A testament to your enduring vision, or just until the next shiny object catches our collective attention? The next big thing comes along? The next technological breakthrough? The next cultural shift? The answer might say, more than we realize, more about us, about our values, our priorities, our deepest desires. Then we think, revealing hidden truths about human nature and the choices we make. Let's dig in, shall we? Hit subscribe if you're ready to explore these uncomfortable questions with us. And let's keep questioning, challenging the status quo and seeking deeper understanding. What we're really building, with our lives, our time, and our resources. With our time, the most precious commodity we possess. Because sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. The biggest monuments, the grandest structures are just really fancy, incredibly elaborate storage units. Now, from the grandeur of pyramids, symbols of ancient ambition and mystery, to the enigmatic world of potions, let's talk alchemy. A pursuit shrouded in mystique, a blend of science and magic. For centuries, across the medieval period and beyond, brilliant minds tried with unwavering dedication and fervent hope to turn lead, a base and common metal, into gold, the ultimate symbol of wealth and perfection. They called it, with reverence and a touch of awe, the Great Work, a transformative process believed to hold the key to immortality and ultimate knowledge, but it was really, when stripped of its romanticism, a magical get-rich-quick scheme, fueled by wishful thinking and a dash of deception. That never worked. Despite countless attempts and elaborate rituals, success remained elusive. Imagine years spent dedicated to this singular, all-consuming goal, mixing potions, carefully combining ingredients according to ancient recipes, chanting spells, invoking mystical forces to aid in the transmutation, and waiting for gold, with bated breath and unwavering anticipation, only to get a singed eyebrow, a testament to the volatile nature of their experiments, and a lump of warm lead. The same lead they started with, unchanged and stubbornly base. Yet these weren't fools. They were scholars, thinkers, and experimenters. Alchemists invented, in their relentless pursuit, lab tools, essential for scientific inquiry, discovered new substances expanding the known world of materials, and laid the groundwork, brick by painstaking brick, for modern chemistry. A science built on the ashes of alchemical dreams, their failure to make gold, the alchemist's ultimate goal, accidentally created in a twist of fate, something more valuable, something far more enduring, knowledge, the foundation upon which all progress is built. It's like trying, with all your might and technological prowess, to download a pizza, an absurd and utterly impossible task. Impossible, a digital culinary fantasy. But you might invent, in your efforts to achieve the impossible, better software along the way, a valuable consolation prize. Was it a waste? All that time, effort, and resources? Not entirely. There's always something to be gained, even in failure. Their wild chase after the alchemist's stone and the secrets of transmutation gave us science. A systematic approach to understanding the natural world. Sometimes, chasing the impossible, reaching for the stars, leads to real breakthroughs, unexpected discoveries that change the course of history. But it's a long, winding road, full of twists, turns, and unexpected obstacles. The lesson? What can we learn from the alchemist's quest? Even spectacular failures, monumental setbacks, can have golden outcomes. Positive consequences that outweigh the initial disappointment. So next time you fail, when your efforts don't yield the desired results, at something big, when your grand ambitions fall short, remember, you might be inventing, unknowingly creating, the future by accident. A serendipitous discovery born from a failed endeavor. The real waste isn't trying and failing, it's not the effort that goes unrewarded. It's never trying at all. The missed opportunities, the dreams left unpursued. Alchemy proves through its long and winding history that even the wildest dreams, the most audacious goals, can spark real progress, even if the initial dream remains unfulfilled. But man, what a detour. A long and circuitous route to scientific understanding. Would you spend your life dedicating yourself entirely, chasing gold, pursuing material wealth above all else, or settle for, perhaps finding contentment in, a little wisdom, a deeper understanding of the world and yourself? Sometimes, the journey, the experiences and lessons learned along the way, is the real treasure, more valuable than any material possession. Let's see what else, what other pursuits history wasted time on, or perhaps time well spent in disguise. From gold, the standard of wealth for centuries, to tulips? Yes, really, it sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? In the 1630s Netherlands, a peculiar phenomenon took hold. The Dutch people went wild, caught up in a frenzy of speculation. And what was the object of their desire? Tulip bulbs. These weren't your average garden variety tulips. Some sold for the price of a grand mansion, a luxurious house right in the heart of Amsterdam. These weren't just flowers. They were symbols of status and wealth. They were investments seen as a sure path to riches, traded like stocks on a bustling exchange, their prices soaring higher and higher. All this unfolded in a frenzy called tulip mania. At its peak, the market reached unbelievable heights. A single rare bulb, a prized specimen, could buy you a house, a comfortable life, a beautiful house on an Amsterdam canal. People traded land, their most valuable asset, livestock, their livelihood, and entire fortunes, painstakingly accumulated for these bulbs, driven by the promise of even greater wealth. Hoping prices would rise forever, defying all logic. The whole country joined in, from the wealthiest merchants to the humblest farmers, convinced they'd found a shortcut to riches. A guaranteed win. Then, as always, reality intervened. The speculative bubble burst, shattering the illusion of endless prosperity. Prices crashed, plummeting to fractions of their former value. Fortunes vanished overnight, leaving behind a trail of financial ruin. And people were left holding worthless bulbs, reminders of their shattered dreams. All that time, all that effort, energy, and belief poured into this fleeting craze, gone in a flash. Tulip mania is a lesson, a cautionary tale in how we can all, regardless of our background or intelligence, get swept up in collective delusions, blinded by the allure of easy money. Value is just what we agree it is, a shared belief that something is worth a certain price until we don't, until that agreement crumbles. Today, it's flowers, beautiful but ultimately perishable. Tomorrow it's crypto, the digital gold rush, or Beanie Babies, the stuffed animal craze of the 90s. The cycle repeats endlessly. Hype, the engine of speculation. Hope, the fuel that keeps it burning. Crash, the inevitable consequence. So, what are we overvaluing? What are we collectively agreeing is worth more than it truly is right now? Are we planting seeds, investing in sustainable growth, for the future, building something lasting, or just chasing, blindly pursuing the next big thing? History says time and time again, be careful what you bet. Don't gamble everything on a fleeting trend. Your time on, your resources, your very future. Because sometimes, often in fact, the most beautiful things, the most alluring opportunities are also the most fleeting, the most likely to fade away. Would you trade your house, your security, for a flower? Some did, caught up in the madness of the moment and learned the hard way, a lesson etched in the annals of financial history. Let's keep digging, let's unearth more of these fascinating stories into history's strangest obsessions, the manias and delusions that have gripped humanity. The next one's even wilder. If you think tulips were a wild chase, meet the conquistadors and their hunt for El Dorado, a city of gold that never existed. For decades they plunged into deadly jungles, risking everything for a myth. Disease, starvation, and endless suffering, all for a golden ghost. They mapped new lands but never found their prize. The more they lost, the harder they chased, trapped by the sunk cost fallacy. El Dorado was always just out of reach, but they couldn't let go. It's a cautionary tale. Sometimes the more we invest, the harder it is to admit we're chasing a fantasy. Are we searching for our own El Dorado today? Maybe the real treasure is knowing when to turn back. Let's rethink what we're really searching for. After all these stories, what really counts as a waste of time? Is it about the outcome or the intention? The pyramid builders, alchemists, and conquistadors all believed in their quests. Maybe the real waste is doing something with no purpose, or never trying at all. The danger today isn't failing at big dreams, but drifting through life on autopilot. The line between value and waste is intention. What are you choosing to spend your time on? So, what are our pyramids today? Look at binge watching. Millions of hours spent on shows enough to build hundreds of pyramids, but all we get is plot twists and empty snack bags. Is it a waste? Not always. Stories connect us, help us relax, and create shared culture. But the scale is staggering. The danger isn't the show, it's the endless binge. Platforms are designed to keep us watching just like the alchemists kept chasing gold. It's a frictionless time vortex. The pyramid builders dragged stones, we just sit and click. Maybe our real pyramid scheme is passive consumption, massive collective, and leaving little behind. Are we building anything lasting or just filling time? Entertainment has value, but only if we choose it rather than let it choose us. Next time you hit play, ask, is this my quest or someone else's? The choice is yours. Don't let your time be just another brick in someone else's pyramid. Build something of your own. Even if it's small, it's yours. That's what makes time well spent. Let's see what else we're chasing in the digital age. Spoiler, it's not gold. If binge-watching is our pyramid, doom-scrolling is our El Dorado. We scroll endlessly, searching for, what exactly? More outrage, more anxiety? The conquistadors brave jungles, we brave infinite feeds. The result? More stress, less peace, and no treasure at the end. Doom-scrolling is a journey with no destination, just a loop of negativity. The more time we spend, the harder it is to stop. We tell ourselves we're staying informed, but are we just feeding the machine? Our most precious resource, attention, is being mined for nothing. The real cost isn't time lost, but peace of mind. Are you searching for gold or just digging deeper into the landfill? Maybe it's time to put down the phone and look for value elsewhere. The quest for meaning starts when the scrolling stops. What are you really hoping to find? Alchemy isn't dead, it's just rebranded as productivity culture. Now we chase the perfect life with hacks apps and endless optimization. The promise? Turn wasted time into gold. The reality? More stress, less satisfaction. We spend more time perfecting systems than living life. There's no secret formula, just the messy human process of trial and error. Life isn't meant to be frictionless. The real treasure isn't efficiency, but meaning. Don't let the hustle become your El Dorado. Sometimes the best moments are the ones you don't optimize. So, what's the takeaway from history's greatest time sinks? The lesson isn't to fear wasting time, but to be conscious of how we spend it. Even the biggest wastes can leave a legacy, if we choose our quests wisely. Maybe the real waste isn't failing at something big, but never trying at all. Not all wasted time is wasted. Some moments are valuable simply because they're ours. Let yourself wander, rest, and connect. Don't optimize every second. Leave room for happy accidents. What are your pyramids, your El Dorado? Are you building something real or just pulling a rope for someone else? The past warns and inspires us. Let's dedicate ourselves to quests worthy of our time, because time is all we truly have. Thanks for spending some of yours here. Now go build something that matters to you.